Well, some of them have said, and I get this, that that the moment with the parliamentarian hasn't happened until it happens. And so we're going to continue to lobby on this right up until the moment when the parliamentarian's moment on the Senate floor happens and Vice President Harris has that decision to make. So I get I think, why they are continuing to put this pressure on, even though the White House has said they're not going to do it. But we are definitely going to have a vote on the Senate floor on the minimum wage. And Bernie Sanders has told us how. He has tweeted tonight, this week, as part of the reconciliation bill, I will be offering an amendment to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And Jim, this is exactly the way we would expect this to play in the Senate. Chuck Schumer won't have the minimum wage in the bill that he brings to the floor because he knows how the parliamentarian is going to rule. And so what will happen is there will be this Sanders amendment offered, and it will take 50 votes to pass it, plus Vice President Harris's vote if they can get there. And that'll tell you right there if the Democrats can do it.
Yep, absolutely. And to that, I'd say it's about damn time somebody figured out this strategy. Just try and move the amendment process. It piggybacks off. So I'm glad that Senator Sanders made this announcement tonight, but it piggybacks off of what I tried to say earlier, what Kennedy did. It doesn't have to be a one-off. This can be the beginning of, as Jason suggested, a series of pressure tactics designed to try and put Republicans on the defensive and try and figure out a way to try and cut a deal. Maybe it's not going to be the 15, maybe it's going to be 12.50 or whatever, again, paired with tax breaks for the wealthy. But again, I was encouraged that Senator Sanders made this announcement tonight, and and I can only hope it's going to be the first of many attempts to try and put Republicans in a very difficult position, because after all, this is a pretty popular position in many states of trying to vote against the minimum wage increase, just like it used to happen.
Yeah, and Jason, I think the House members by this time know what they're dealing with and what their likelihood is down to in the 1% range of overruling the parliamentarian. But at this stage of the argument, that seems to be the best way for them to kind of keep this discussion alive, which is the House way of putting pressure on senators. They're hoping that somehow they're going to deliver some kind of pressure to Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema.
Yeah, and this is actually the smart thing to do. Some of this is a lack of understanding, but like I said, some of this is the House's job. There needs to be a minimum wage increase in the United States of America. Just period, right? Minimum wage today, it's lost, 18% of its value since the last minimum wage increase. We are in the middle of a pandemic where people have lost hundreds of thousands of jobs and whole families are being supported by one person on minimum wage. I mean, there is a legitimate urgency here. But the House's best option is to continue to pressure. And even if they throw out unrealistic ideas, it's part of a larger, I think, pressure on Joe Biden to say, look, incrementalism is not going to get us out of this COVID mess. OK, Donald Trump was not an incrementalist. He tore down everything to push through whatever policies he wanted. And I think Democrats across the board want to see that kind of bold action from Joe Biden. So on that end, I can never disagree with people who want Joe Biden to make big moves in the face of a once in a century crisis that this country is facing.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.